What's up, guys? It's time for me to dive into the rest of my Week 12 predictions. Let's get into it. We have the Colts taking on the Bucs. Folks, Indy started the season off 0-3. Now they're 6-5. They're coming off a very impressive 41-15 win over the Buffalo Bills. Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns. Before the start of the season, I had Indy finishing the year 8-9, missing the playoffs. I think the Bucs take this game. I understand they have to go on the road. The Bucs have been much better at home this season, but I like the way their defense played on Monday night, albeit against the Giants. I think Todd Bowles is going in ready to stop Jonathan Taylor, and this game will ultimately boil down to Carson Wentz versus Tom Brady. I think I'm going to go with the guy that has 7 Super Bowl victories over the guy that was benched in Philadelphia last year. Give me the Bucs. Next up, we got the Texans taking on the Jets. Both of these teams are bad. However, I'm going to go with the experienced quarterback in Tyrod Taylor as opposed to the struggling rookie in Zach Wilson. The Texans are coming off a win last week against the Tennessee Titans. I like the Texans. Next up, we have the Eagles taking on the Giants. The Giants need to blow everything up. They just fired Jason Garrett. Dave Gettleman is on the verge of losing his job. This man has 18 wins and 40 losses since he became the GM of this football team. Daniel Jones, since he was drafted, leads the NFL in turnovers, and Joe Judge was a very questionable hire. The Eagles look good. They've played well recently. Before the start of the season, I thought they would finish in last place in the NFC East. Jalen Hurts is exceeding expectations. I didn't have high hopes for Nick Sirianni, and he's really starting to craft together some great games. This team can make a playoff push, and I expect them to beat the struggling Giants. Next up, we have the Dolphins taking on the Panthers. I think both of these quarterbacks are basically auditioning for their futures. I expect both of these teams to be very interested in Deshaun Watson. However, Miami's at home. Last time Brian Flores played Cam Newton, he gave him fits. I'm going to take Miami. Next up, we have the Titans taking on the Patriots. This is a huge game. Tennessee currently has the number 1 seed in the AFC. However, they wet the bed last week at home. They had the best record in the AFC, and they lost to a team with the worst record in the AFC. Not only that, but they have to go into New England without Derrick Henry, their best player. A.J. Brown will also be out. He's on IR. And Julio Jones, their second best receiver, is on IR as well. The Patriots are red hot. They are one of the hottest teams in all of football. I like the way how this defense is playing. They lead the NFL in interceptions. This running attack has ran for over 125 yards in 7 straight games. And Mac Jones is doing a wonderful job taking care of the football. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. Next up, we have the Bengals taking on the Steelers. Pittsburgh started the year off 1-3. They ended up winning 4 straight games. Over the last 2 weeks, they tied the Lions, the winless Lions, and lost to the Chargers on a huge Sunday Night Football stage. On the other side, Cincinnati coming into the season didn't have big expectations. They started the year off 5-2. They ended up losing to the Jets. They lost to Cleveland right before the bye, but last week they put it together. They beat the Raiders. I expect the Bengals to win this game at home. When I look at the Steelers' offense, they're a limited unit, and it's because of the quarterback position. Big Ben played well last week, but his time is coming to an end, and Joe Burrow will continue to grow in the very competitive AFC North. Joe Mixon had a great game last week. I believe they run the football. They keep the Steelers' offense off the field. TJ Watt's status is up in the air as well. Give me Cincinnati. Next up, we have the Falcons taking on the Jags. I'm going to pick Atlanta solely because Jacksonville is one of the worst teams in the league. Urban Meyer should absolutely be on the hot seat. It's time for him to go. Give me the Falcons. Next up, we got the Chargers taking on the Broncos. The Broncos don't feel like a 5-5 football team. I know they started the year off hot, but this is a team that's still in rebuild mode. They're looking for a quarterback. If I'm Denver, I'm going all in on a potential trade for Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, or Deshaun Watson. On the other side, the Chargers have their QB of the future in Justin Herbert. They feel like a playoff team after beating the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Give me the Chargers. Next up, we have the Packers taking on the Rams. Los Angeles is coming off of 2 brutal losses. Not only did they lose to the Titans on Sunday Night Football, but they also lost to the 49ers on Monday night. Now they have to integrate Odell Beckham Jr. into the mix without Robert Woods in the picture. On the other side, the Packers are coming off a tough loss to the Minnesota Vikings. I expect Aaron Rodgers to have a very good game against the Rams defense. He was able to light them up last year. This is a huge game for Matt Stafford. This is a huge game for both teams. Stafford is 3-7 going into Lambeau Field. This is the best team he's brought to Lambeau. The Rams are also coming off a bye. Let me talk about the playoff implications. If the Rams lose this game, they will have 4 losses on their schedule. Arizona is currently 9-2. You also have to take into consideration the fact that Arizona has beat them. Not only that, but the Rams lost to the 49ers, who are a divisional rival. If the Rams and Cardinals finish with the same record, it won't even matter because the Cardinals will have a better divisional record. Therefore, Arizona will win the division. On the other side, Green Bay beat the Cardinals. However, they need to keep the pedal to the metal. They can't afford to lose this game because right now they're only a game back for first place. If they lose, they're 2 games back. This is going to be a tough game, but I'm going with the home team. Aaron Rodgers will outduel Matthew Stafford on Sunday. Next up, we have a game between the Vikings and the 49ers. This is a huge game for both of these teams. Right now, if the season ended today, both of these teams would be in the playoff picture. However, I picked the 49ers to make the playoffs before the start of the season, so I'm going to stick with that. I got the 49ers over the Vikings. Finally, on Sunday's slate of games, we got the Browns taking on the Ravens. Baltimore gets Lamar Jackson back. On the other side, the Baker Mayfield era in Cleveland is up in the air. Baker is banged up, but he also went at the media this week. People in the building are questioning him. Folks, Baker is an average quarterback right now. Unfortunately, this is what it's boiled down to, and I like the way how the Ravens responded last week, even without Lamar Jackson. Albeit against the Chicago Bears, they went into Chicago and beat the Bears with Tyler Huntley under center. Give me the Ravens at home on Sunday night. Finally, Monday Night Football, we got the Seahawks taking on the Washington football team. Give me Seattle. Russell Wilson has lost 2 games, one to Green Bay on the road last week, at home to Arizona and Colt McCoy. I think he puts it together. He has a bounce-back game against the Washington football team on Monday night. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Be sure to give this channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and feel free to post a comment down below. Thanks, guys.